All right, happy Sabbath, family.
Happy
Yes,
Sabbath.
Praise the Lord. I'm Brother Al. For those that don't know, this is my reader, Brother Lawrence.
Nehemiah.
Brother Nehemiah. We coming to you on behalf of the Vineyard of Israel in the name of the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with a message on this true Sabbath day. It is the seventh day of the week. It ain't every day. It ain't just because you off on Tuesday, that don't mean that's the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Just because you off on Thursday, that don't mean that's the Shabbat.
Right.
Huh? It don't revolve around you, right? These things were said in order from the foundation of the earth.
That's right.
And man just got to get on God's page.
That's right.
And unfortunately, majority of men ain't gonna do that. But that don't deny his power. That don't deny his existence, which is what we're gonna deal with today. Right? The title of today's message is, if God exists, why is there evil? Well, you hear this question all the time. If God exists, why is there evil? Right? Like evil deny God's existence or something, And truth be told, the people who ask this question, they don't ask it in sincerity. They ask it from the standpoint of a statement. They really saying God don't exist because it's evil. They ain't asking the question to find out about all God's majesty. They ain't asking the question to find out ways that he show himself in the creation, or do he really exist? They have already made up their mind that he doesn't exist because there's evil in the world. Which that's a sad state of reality, right? Because we're going to find out something about God. See, what happened is man done formed God in their own image. That's why they only can see, well, God should be like this. If there's a God, there shouldn't be any evil. That's your opinion. But that ain't fact nor reality. Right? God gave man free will. Just think about it, if he destroyed all evil. Who would be left? Don't even think about that. If he destroyed all evil, and the Bible says that you evil, Christ in the flesh, he said, if you know how to give, being evil, knowing how to give good gifts, how much more do your heavenly Father know how to give to them which ask? So letting you know you evil. Man is evil. But man became evil because God didn't create you that way. And we're going to learn that too. We're going to learn that the Lord, he always been around. We're going to learn some things about him that he wants us to know. So we don't have questions like, well, if there's evil in the world, or why is it evil in the world, or if God exists, there shouldn't be any evil. We telling God how he should be. And that's what man do. We put God in the box.
Right.
Well, if God is real, why am I struggling like this? So you're going to blame the Most High God for situations and choices that you made.
Right.
Nobody tell you to go out there and get that mate.
Right.
The advice that he gave you, you ain't prove it. He told you be fruitful first. Be fruitful, then multiply. You just went out there and started trying to multiply with no fruits.
Right.
So now you're in a bad situation. You want to blame God. Or you don't want to believe in God. No, you chose that. He gave you free will. He don't need no robots.
Right.
He want willing servants. All right, and that's what we're going to get to if the Lord allow, right? But first of all, let's see how long he been around. Let's pick me up at Isaiah 57. Isaiah 57. So we can run a couple scriptures. Isaiah 57. We're going to start at verse 15. Isaiah 57. Verse 15. Isaiah 57 and 15. Hearken to the scripture.
Isaiah 57 and 15.
Yes, sir.
For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity.
So I just got a question. How somebody that don't believe in God right now, just type in and explain to me how you inhabit eternity. How do you inhabit eternity? Huh? No clue, dude. We don't even got no clue. We know a little bit about God. Right? I mean, that's beyond my mind. Go ahead and read.
Whose name is holy.
Yes, sir.
I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit.
A place we ain't never seen. We can only can be taught or told what it looked like.
Right.
But look what he say. He said, I dwell. That means I live.
Right.
And I got company. I live in the high and holy place with him that what?
Also that is of a contrite and humble spirit.
And this is how we should be. Humble and contrite spirit. You know the man that asked this question or make this statement? His spirit ain't humble and contrite. Just think about it. It's haughty. It's full of pride when they make statements like, well, if God exists, why is there evil? If it was God, if God was real, it wouldn't be no evil.
Right.
That's not humble and contrite. So therefore you go off on your own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So the creation proved God exists. If God don't exist, this showed me one man and his whole entourage who put up the sun. Let's go ahead. This showed me one man that can stop a tornado. I just want to see it one time. All that man can do is chase it, take pictures, huh? That's it. Predict the weather. That's like no. You can't. The works that God do, they far beyond the thoughts of man. Just showed me one man that can stop the waters from coming beyond the sea, and it's way more water than sea. Than sand, beach. The man make all of these thoughts without even thinking. That's a thoughtless statement. It don't take no effort to shoot that out of your mouth. Speaking of the title, but it takes a little bit of effort, and I mean a little bit, to learn about God, because He everywhere. His creation, it's so much evidence, it's ridiculous. Just show me one man that can make it rain. I'm just still waiting to see, because man always making all these statements, but you can't tell me how it happened. How did the rain fall from heaven? You can't even stop it. You know what you say? Rain, rain, go away. Come back another day. Get out of here. You begging and singing. There ain't nothing shaking. You can't stop God's work. Because you know what? His work prove who He is. He left us testimonies. The sun and the moon is faithful testimonies. Testimonies mean witnesses.
Amen.
These are my witnesses that I exist. Tell me how much rocket fuel do it take to shoot up to Mars? Don't start lying, NASA. Don't start like I know you a lie in a heartbeat. But I got Bible that tell me you ain't never been. Anyway, let's go and pick it up at John 1.
Did you want to finish 15?
Oh, did you finish? Yes, sir. Finish 15.
To revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite.
That's right. Stay humble and contrite. Gotta revive our spirit. Even when somebody knock you down with a question like, if God is evil, if God exists, why is there evil? Look, lean on the Lord. He'll revive your spirit. Man got so many days on when the world began. All of them contradict. Don't they just keep, the best thing, don't they just keep it real? Say, man, we really don't know. Be honest, we scientists, but we really don't know. They don't want to do that, do they? They like they got us fooled. We already know you don't know when it began. So we found a mummy about 3 million years old. Not here. But anyway, verse 1, John 1 and 1. If God exists, why is there evil? We're going to answer that question if the Lord permits. And it only takes a couple of scriptures. It's just the Sabbath. I just had to throw some fillers in for y'all. I really could 10 minutes. We could have been done. But this ain't Sunday church, so we're going to get it in. How you throwing shots? Forgive me. I don't be meaning nothing by it, but I'm just trying to waste time for y'all to get to the scripture. John 1 and 1, go ahead.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was God. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
What happened?
The same was in the beginning with God.
You know what he said, I inhabit eternity? That's the Word. The Word is God, and the Word was with God. He said, I stay up here, I dwell up here with the high and lofty one. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. What happened?
All things were made by him.
All things were made by evolution.
All things were made by him.
Darwin theory is right.
All things were made by him.
It's right.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
And don't you know he tell you, I made all things by wisdom. And you can clearly see that. Just look at man himself.
Yeah.
Man is not a product of some paint and some skin and bones just slapped together like that.
That's right.
You got reason. You know, you can think, right? You can make decisions. You can create stuff, right? And when he made you a specific way. This is God. We're going to find out how he made you. He didn't just slap you together and say, go rule over them animals. He took his time. But we want to strip all the glory from God because we can't see him. God is out of sight, out of mind. But you better be glad that you can't see him. Because you know what he say? No man can see my face and live. You want to live, don't you? You better be happy with seeing his works then. He told Moses, no man can see my face and live. Man steady want to see God. Listen, just take the record that he gave you and believe. Just look at the evidence and believe that. In the creation, everything works together. It's detailed. It's precise. The creation ain't just thrown together. If one thing get out of bounds or out of course in the ecosystem, it's going to affect more. It's going to have a domino effect.
That's right.
It's going to have a domino effect. Everything depends on the other. Circle of life. Anyway, let's keep rolling. What verse we at? 3?
At 4.
Okay, he said all things were made by him.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
So what the Bible said, what if some don't believe? Let's go look at that. Romans 3. Some people ain't going to believe. And you know, we can't force it. Only thing you can do is plant the seed or put forth the evidence. That's it. Don't stress yourself trying to make people believe. Amen. Just plant the seed and put forth the evidence, and you keep it moving. But they ain't going to believe God if they don't want to.
Amen.
Romans 3, pick me up a verse. We're going to read 1 through 4. Go ahead.
What advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision?
All right, you know, the Lord have his way of doing things. He got a people that he chose. You know, some people ain't going to believe that. They make judgments on how God should be because of that.
Right.
They might as well be God. They understand everything. And don't understand nothing. So what profit did you have? Go ahead.
2, much every way, chiefly.
What happened?
Because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yah.
The answers of God were committed unto the Jews. The real Jews, not the imitations. All right, go ahead.
3, but what if some did not believe?
And some don't believe nothing about God. Well, what if they don't believe? It's
Shall-
cool.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yah without the effect?
Amen.
Does that happen? Just because people don't believe, do that make the faith of God or the faith of Yah null and void?
No.
Yah forbid.
What happened?
Yeah, let Yah be true.
Yes.
But every man a liar,
That's the truth.
as it is written.
Because what man was in the beginning?
Nobody.
What man was up there with the word?
Nobody.
Now how all of a sudden they telling us how God ain't real?
Right.
How all of a sudden they wasn't there in the beginning, but they telling us how the world was created. And it don't make nothing. Order out of chaos. When? Where? It don't even happen in your physical life.
Right.
Order out. No. Chaos is chaos. You know order in it. Go ahead.
But every man a liar, as it is written.
Yes.
That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
That's right. Let's go back a little bit. Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. You know, if he stopped evil, he would have to stop free will. Man really don't want that. They really want to be able to do what they.
Right.
Nobody like to be told what to do already. Nevertheless, you know you don't want that free will stop. What if he stop evil? We want to stop free will. Isaiah 45, verse 5.
Isaiah 45 and 5. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no Elohim beside me.
There ain't no gods beside me.
I girded thee.
Yes.
That though thou hast not known me.
They ain't talking to his people Israel.
That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me.
That's why he wants people to know that. So what do? He leave testimonies. He leave evidence. He left a nation as an earthly representative who went sour, right? But he punished them. Right? But he left the point here, he left the proof and the evidence for anybody who want to believe.
Right.
Now we already know our man ain't gonna believe because it's a common enemy. And that's Satan. And what he do? He destroyed the creation. He influenced your mind to where you become a non-believer. And he's great at it. And that's where we at in the world. We got more non-believers than believers.
Right.
So the non-believers want everybody to see things the same way they do.
Right.
Godless.
Mm-hmm.
They, man put himself in the place of God. That's how it is. And that's what they want you to do. We did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. Right? Think they did everything on their own. And that's what they want you to believe. Go ahead.
I am Elohim, and there is none else.
Yes.
I form the light and create darkness.
What man can form the light? Do we have light?
Yes.
Do we have day? Do we have night?
Mm-hmm.
What man can get up there and divide the light from the darkness?
No one.
Exactly. Now look at what happened. He said, I'm God or I'm Yah and there's none else.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Hold on for a minute. If evil was in the word, if God exists, why is there evil? Find the answer right in the book. Didn't he say he give the oracles,
Yes,
answers
sir.
of God to his servant?
Right.
He telling us right now
Mm-hmm.
why is evil in the world. What you say you do here?
I make peace and create evil. I, Elohim, do all these things.
Man, this is amazing. How many of us knew that God created evil? They don't teach us that in mainstream. I see you, baby.
No.
Huh? They just teach us God is love. He loves everybody.
Right.
He does no evil. He's just so kind and tender and baby in a manger. It's just ridiculous. It's not even reality when you think about it.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the Bible is definitely reality.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace. I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Go ahead.
Drop down, ye heavens, from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness.
What happened?
Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, Elohim, have created it. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth.
Look, that's what man do. Strive with our maker.
Mm-hmm.
God is the maker, the creator. You the potsherds. He said, the best thing you can do is strive with the other potsherds of the earth, strive with man.
Right.
This far beyond your element right here to try to strive with me. So how to ask me what I do, that's far beyond you. I don't answer to no man. I created you.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you. Hold that spot, man. We coming back. Pick me up at Proverbs 16. I gotta hit these points before I forget. We coming right back. Don't lose that Isaiah. Verse 4.
Proverbs 16 and 4. Yahuwah has made all things for himself.
You see that? What you see? Who made all things? He made them so you can do what you want to do.
Hath made all things for himself.
That's right.
Yeah, even the wicked.
What?
Even the wicked for the
Man,
day of evil.
he got something for the wicked too.
Right.
All right, read that next verse.
5. Everyone that is proud in his heart is an abomination to Yahuwah.
Like even the people that ask these questions without insincerity, listen, they're the abomination to him.
Right.
You don't believe, and then you full of pride. So he know this type of people exist, but he got a reward or a place for them too. He let you know they're an abomination unto me. Go ahead.
Though hand join in hand.
That's though people agree. Because how many people agree that if it was God was real, it wouldn't be no evil.
Too many.
So that's why I tell you don't follow the multitude to do evil.
Yes, sir.
Though hand join in hand, they agree on this foolishness. What happened?
He shall not be unpunished.
Shall not be unpunished. Right? Verse 2.
Verse 2 reads, all the ways of man are clean in his own
Is
eyes.
that not the truth?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All men think that that's how we get questions like this.
Right.
The problem ain't the question. The problem is the people who ask the question
That's
don't
right.
want the genuine answer.
Like you claim.
That's the problem. It's natural to ask the question, how do we see God in this type of thing?
Right.
But it's natural to ask about the existence of God.
Right.
But it should be more natural to seek the genuine response. And that's what's not natural. Man just asking these type of questions to refute that there is a God.
That's right.
But they just don't know how he operates. Therefore they can't see him. So our man ways are right in his own eyes, but
Yah weigheth the spirits.
the Lord weigh the thoughts of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Isaiah 45. God ain't surprised by these type of questions. Where we leave off at
Let's
45.
start at 9 again.
Okay. Verse 9. Hearken to the scripture.
Woe unto him that striveth with his maker.
Mhm.
Let the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth.
Yes.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou? Or thy work? He hath no hands.
That's what happened. Everything the Lord say, you like, no, it ain't this, it ain't that. Go ahead and read.
10.
Yes.
Woe unto him that has said unto his father, what begettest thou?
Talking about why you have me.
Right.
He said, woe unto that type of person. Go ahead.
Or to the woman,
Mhm.
what hast thou brought forth?
You. What you mean? What you done brought forth?
Right.
Go ahead.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yah,
Who?
the Holy One of Israel.
Who is
and
that?
his maker asked me of things to come concerning my sons.
Look at that. If you really want to know, ask me.
Right.
Well, people don't really want to know. Go ahead.
And concerning the work of my hands, command ye me.
Ask me. It ain't like I'm hiding.
That's
Right.
good.
I'm just invisible. But my
That's
works
good.
prove that I'm real.
Right.
And it ain't a language.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a place on earth. It ain't a valley. It ain't a river. It ain't a mountain
Come on now.
where his works don't speak.
Right.
The sun set and rise every day all over the earth.
Right.
Every man has seen it.
Right.
I'm talking men, women, children, babies, infants, sucklings. They all have seen the light, the sun. And they do the same thing. Go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you really want to know, ask me about things concerning me.
Right.
Go ahead.
12. I have made the earth and created man upon it.
Look at that.
I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded.
And you know who he said helped him? He said nobody.
Oh.
Nobody helped me. I did this by myself. Go ahead.
13. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, saith Yahuwah of hosts.
Verse 18.
18. For thus saith Yah, that created the heavens. Elohim himself hath formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. He created it not in vain.
Why he create? Look at that. See, he ain't just make the earth just to be made. He don't
Right.
just make stuff just for
Right.
it to exist.
Right.
He purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I have made the heavens and the earth for what?
He formed it to be inhabited.
Yes.
I am Yahuwah,
Uh-huh.
and there is none else.
He said, I'm the Lord and there's none else. I created the earth to be inhabited. I am Yahuwah, there is none else. Go ahead.
19.
Mm-hmm.
I have not spoken in secret.
Look at that. People always think God got to sneak and do something.
Right.
Like he afraid of man.
Mhm.
He said, I ain't spoken in secret. Go ahead.
In a dark place of the earth,
Uh-huh.
I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, Yahuwah, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right.
And you know what? That's the problem. That's why the world don't believe there is a God. Because truth be told, the world know he speak righteousness. And he declare things that are right.
Right.
And they want to remain wicked.
That's right.
So in order for the world to feel comfortable in their evil or their wickedness, they just disregard the Lord altogether.
Take them out the equation.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Therefore, they don't have to face it. He said, the Lord said, he light. He said, but men love darkness. He said, he come to reprove, come to correct. He said, but men don't come to me.
Right.
Why they don't come? Because they love darkness.
Facts.
These are evil, and they love it.
Facts.
And that's where they stay, and that's where they reside. So the best thing we can do is say, oh, God, you know, he don't exist. Too much evil in the world for that. All right, go ahead.
20. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together. Ye that are escaped of the nations.
Mm-hmm.
They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image.
Mhm.
And pray unto an Elohim that cannot save.
Look at that. That's what the world is. When you do away with God, you become God
Mhm.
or Elohim.
Right.
And you in danger. You need a savior.
Yes, sir.
But you sending prayers up to stuff that can't save you.
Man.
Stuff that can't help you. Objects that can't move, see or hear. You can't even save yourself.
Mhm.
You still gonna die. You know, let's just prove it right now. If man is really powerful, you will save yourself from dying.
Right.
You can't though. If man was more powerful than God, they would say this. They trying.
Right.
Man would get eternal life by himself, but you can't. I know they thought they had it in the bag when they came up with the artificial heart. Huh? I got that. We won.
Right.
The heart that continuously beat. How can we not live forever? What's the point of making it? To extend life. Huh? They thought they had it. Only God can still kill. Your heart won't even stop beating, won't even stop pumping. And you still die. You can't get it without God. That's bottom line,
Right.
period. Your heart's still pumping and you still gonna die?
Man.
It's amazing. Deuteronomy 32. Right, first, let we read Psalm. Let's go to Psalm 19. Because he keep on telling us. Man just like to reside in wickedness. Let's just keep it real. You know what? Wickedness is fun.
Mhm.
Seeing, taste, and feel good is just,
Yeah.
Lord, you just really too strict for it. This man just need to say that. Don't be trying to say God don't exist. Just say you love evil. Right? Breaking the Sabbath, it's a joyous occasion. You know, we get money, we going to games and birthday parties, and
Right.
man, this is fun. Going on vacation and trips. Right? We laying in high rises. Right? We robbing the man. It just might. Oh, this wine tastes good. The ribs is off the chisel. God, you too strict. I eat what I want. You know what I'm saying? Man, this wickedness is just way more enticing. It just seems like it should be the right thing to do. No restraint. That's what man want. No restraint. But the point of the matter is, this is his earth. He created it. He got a purpose. He know why. You got to get on his page. If you want to live forever. If not, do you. Do you. But you just need to know there is a reward.
Mhm.
There is a repayment. And man don't think about that. If you're the type of person and you can't deal with delayed gratification, you're not going to come to God.
Right.
Right.
You instant gratification. That's why you indulge in sin.
Right.
And if you continue to live your life that way, you're going to perish.
Right.
But you need to know one thing. The service that God might be paying in the front half while you having all your fun, but they're going to live forever. And you're going to perish. You and your fun. Right? You need to know that. You and your disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best you can come up with. If it's evil in the world, this child's play. 2 scriptures, we done. 2 witnesses, 2 scriptures, we out of here on this. All right, but you know, just gonna let the Lord talk about himself a little bit. Psalms 19:1. Go ahead and read.
The heavens declare the glory of Yah.
Look at that. We want to know he exists. Let's just start in the heavens.
Right.
What man can just jump like Jordan and put the stars up in the sky? Array the sky like it's arrayed. You know, the sky is clothed. Got the sun, moon, and the star. Perfectly clothed. What man did it? Shooting star. They slingshot it up. Anyway, let's keep going.
And the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Look at that. The firmament, the space. It show forth it's proof. It show the things that's in it show forth his existence. Go ahead.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Look at that. They talk to you every day.
Right.
They tell you that the Lord is real, that God is real every day.
Mm-hmm.
And not only are they up there, he said they speaking to you of knowledge. Don't you know man track the time by the phases of the moon?
Right.
That's knowledge. You thought the moon just come from black to full for no, this is what you're supposed to do. It's pretty,
Right.
you know. That's what you thought.
Mm.
No, you keep track of months. You keep track of time and season by God's handiwork, by that's knowledge.
Amen.
Huh? This ain't no slap job. Right? Go ahead.
3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
Look at that. Proof all over the earth.
Man.
No language, no speech, where people don't understand the works of God.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
4. Their line is gone out through all the earth,
Nobody gonna be with excuse. Go
and
ahead.
their words to the end of the world.
That's right.
In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun,
Mm-hmm.
which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to a run of a race.
Yes, sir.
His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it.
That's right.
And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof.
Look, ain't nothing here from the Lord. He says he's going forth from one end of heaven to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't a place on this planet where his works don't speak for him.
Right.
People know they exist. And look what he gave man. Since man is wicked and man is evil, I gave you something to bring you up out of that condition.
Right.
What's that?
The law of Yahuwah is perfect, converting the soul.
Look at that. Everybody now don't want to be converted.
Right.
But this is what it does. It says the law of the Lord or the law of Yahuwah is perfect. What does it do?
The testimony of Yahuwah is sure.
He said it converts the soul. He said the testimony of Yahuwah is sure.
Making wise the simple.
That's what it does. Making wise the simple. What about the statutes?
The statutes of Yahuwah are right. Rejoice in the heart. The commandment of Yahuwah is pure, enlightening the eyes.
To give you understanding.
Right.
Through his law, his statutes, and commandments, he teach you and tell you and show you that he exists and that he real.
That's right.
And it's going to convert your heart from a non-believer to a believer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never want to indulge it, never want to look at it, you're going to remain in that state of unbelief.
That's right.
And if you perish in that state, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
The fear of Yahuwah is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahuwah are true and righteous altogether.
One more.
More to be desired are they than gold.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
than much fine gold.
See, people don't want to find out about God. They want
Right.
to find out how to get money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But he said, his commandments, statutes, he said they should be more to be desired than gold.
Right.
The benefit is way better
Mm-hmm.
than material gain.
Right. Everlasting.
His benefits is everlasting.
Mm-hmm.
Versus that gold and that silver, that's temporary.
Right.
Well, people go after the temporary.
Right.
Put all this stock in the temple.
Right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You finish that verse?
Nah.
Okay.
More to be desired are they than gold. Yeah. Than much fine gold.
Yeah.
Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb.
What they do? Go ahead.
Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in the keeping of them there is great reward.
Look at that. People think just keeping the commandments is just a set of rules and regulations. He said they warn his servants, first of all, from pending danger.
Right.
And on top of that, it's great reward in keeping. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. So he ain't got to come down and keep trying to convince man that he exists. He put this stuff in order, and you can clearly see his existence from the things that are made. You ready? Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Go ahead.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
Look at that. He keeps saying that, right? There is none, no God with me. And what you hold on for a minute. You talking about God?
We talking about God.
You say he do what? What he do?
He says, I kill and I make alive.
What you mean you kill? You God.
Take their life.
You
I
supposed
kill
to-
and I make alive.
See, we learning something about God.
I wound and I heal.
You what?
I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
You know what he telling you? Look, I'm something serious.
Right.
I'm not to be played with.
Right.
I'm a creator. I heal, I kill, I make alive. I'm no joke. The people running around laughing,
Right.
playing with God,
Right.
telling little Jesus jokes.
Right.
You know, all this time. It's funny right now, I always say.
Yeah.
And some of it do be funny. But try your best not to laugh. I try my best not to laugh. But sometimes you just can't help it. Right? But I'm not laughing at the joke. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It ain't funny, but the joke, you know. But but they having their fun right now. They mocking, they playing.
Right.
But you know who's gonna get the last laugh?
Right.
The Most High God, he gonna laugh too. He like, I laugh. I'm gonna laugh at their calamity. It's funny now. Yeah, you can't do nothing. You can't eat nothing. One dude told me, hey, Al, you can't eat nothing but because I had some little green vegetable juice I was trying to drink, right? I was trying to be healthy when I was but he riding with me, and you know, we work together. He like, it's time, let's get something to eat. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, man, everything he named, I can't eat that. Right? He like, man, you can't eat nothing but drink this old green algae water. It's funny. But yeah, Lord gonna get the last laugh. Everything he wanted was abominable, though. You know what I mean? I know. When I read scripture like this, I kill, I make alive. Who can deliver out of my hand? I don't want them problems.
Right.
I'll take that algae water joke. Get here.
Right.
10 times over. I'm cool with it. But I'm not finna come under this.
Right.
I kill and I won't. No. You can have that. Go ahead.
40. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever.
Who live forever?
I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and will reward them that hate me.
See, this is what people don't know about God. He no joke. He be a little lenient, but once he get tired, that's it.
Right.
You can cry and holler, beg for mercy, ain't nothing shaking. You know, because you done drove him to that point where he fed up.
Right.
And he said, once I lift up my hand and my hand take hold of judgment, he's going to bring the sword. That's killing.
Yeah.
And it ain't no, and you done passed the point of no return.
Right.
Go ahead.
42. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh.
Look at that. And he talking about his enemies.
Right.
I'm going to make my arrow drunk with blood, my sword going to devour flesh. That's his enemies. You know who his enemies?
The ones who won't keep the command.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Don't put yourself on that side. Go ahead.
And that with the blood of the slain and the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, so ye nations, with his people. For he will avenge the blood of his servants and will render vengeance to his
So
adversaries.
everybody making these little jokes and they thinking, they getting away with transgressing and
Right.
breaking his commandments. Look, he said, I'm gonna repay you.
Right.
Right.
He already considered you his adversary. Why?
Right.
Because you take the form of the adversary, which
Yes.
is Satan.
Yes.
One of his titles, the adversary.
Hmm.
You take his form, so you become his adversary at that point.
Right.
So guess what? Keep laughing.
Right.
I'm gonna take vengeance on you. Go
Right.
ahead, and ain't nobody gonna be able to stop me. Go
Right.
ahead.
Bottom of 43. And will be merciful unto his land and to his people.
But to his people, he gonna show mercy. All right, let's go. Let's go to Hosea 6:1. Hosea 6:1. So just because it's evil, that don't deny God's existence. Like, you ain't shook none of us with that. We've been waiting on you to ask that question, really. The thing about it is, you can't make everybody believe. Just show them the proof. He'll do the rest. You there?
Yes, sir. Hosea 6:1.
Mm-hmm.
Come and let us return unto Yahuwah, for he hath torn, and he will heal us.
You see that? Let us return. He torn. That means he punished,
Right. And he will heal us.
but he'll heal too. That's if you return.
He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
He's smitten, he will bind us up. So he got the power. One of his titles is El Shaddai, God Almighty. All powerful. Right? Back up to Amos the 3rd chapter. Oh, go forward to Amos the 3rd chapter. And like he said, he want to know something about me. He said, ask me. He said, I ain't speaking in secret. I ain't got to sneak. You know, God working mysterious way. He sneaky like that.
Ah.
Man, say he's in the open. 3 and 6.
Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
So they remember, in ancient Israel, they blow the trumpet to announce war.
Right.
Destruction is on the horizon. So once they sound the trumpet a certain way, people know, there's trouble on the horizon. So they be afraid.
Right.
Because they know judgment is coming. And what else?
Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahuwah have not done it?
What?
Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahuwah have not done it?
He said, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? They don't happen. That's what he's telling you.
Right.
Because remember, he said, I create evil,
Mm-hmm.
I kill, I make alive.
Right.
I smite, I heal.
Right.
It ain't no evil even gonna touch down nowhere.
Right.
And he haven't done it. Right? See, man don't like to think about God like that.
Right.
Okay, well, so what if a school bus run off the bridge?
My God.
Right.
Hmm?
Ah.
Who did it?
Most high.
God shouldn't operate like shut your mouth.
Right.
You don't know what them kids did that their parents
Right.
did to teach
Right.
them, or who else was on that bus.
Exactly.
You don't know. Don't put your mouth on God. Don't
Right.
agree with everything everybody say.
Right.
They don't know God. They just talking. Yeah, it sound harsh, but don't question. Don't put yourself in matters too high for you.
Right.
That's beyond your understanding right there. Don't even try to. Every time you see war, he got his hand in on it. He said, I set up the kings and I bring them down.
Yep.
He said, I rule in the world of man. We don't know that because we don't see him. So basically what happened, he played the situation to bring his will to pass.
Right.
Nobody can stop him. Read that again.
6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Mm-hmm.
Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahuwah have not done it?
That's right. Luke 13. What about Hurricane Katrina?
The Lord did it.
See, the world is ignorant about this guy, and we steady playing with him.
Right.
And that's the problem. We playing with him. And he's steady doing things right in front of our face. We ain't even recognize. You know, we say, oh, it's natural disaster, Mother Nature. Right? Oh, that's the Lord. Luke 13 and 1. Luke 13, verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeshua answering said unto them, Suppose ye that these Galileans were sinners above all Galileans,
So this is what Christ is asking.
because
This is what
they
Jesus or Yeshua is asking them. He said, do you think that those Galileans were sinners more than all of the rest of the Galileans?
because they suffered such things?
Because such things happen to them, they suffer such things. What did he say?
I tell you, nay.
Mm-hmm.
But except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish.
You hear that? It's not a game. Just because you see something bad happen to somebody, that don't mean they no worse sinner than you.
Right.
But what he's saying is, except you repent, you're going to perish the same way.
Mhm.
The same thing might not happen to you, but the point is, you'll die for good.
Right.
Go ahead.
4. Are those 18 upon whom the tower in Siloam fell
Look at that.
and slew them? Think ye that they were sinners above all men?
Do you
that dwelt
think everybody in
Jerusalem?
9/11 was in the Twin Towers in 9/11 was sinners more than anybody else?
Good example.
Nah. But what he's telling you is, you saw how they perished.
Right.
You know what happened to them? The day of Yahuwah came upon them. They wasn't ready.
Right.
The day of the Lord came upon them like a thief in the night.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't ready. And except you change and you repent, the day of the Lord is going to come up on you
Right.
like a thief in the night.
Right.
You're not going to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you get caught is where you get caught.
Right.
And that's what he's saying here. Go ahead.
Read 4 again.
Yes, sir.
Are those 18 upon whom the tower in Siloam fell and slew them? Think ye that they were sinners above all men that dwelt in Jerusalem?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, nay.
What you mean?
But except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish.
That's right. He calling men everywhere to repent. He calling men everywhere to repent. Ain't no sinner more righteous than the next one. He don't have no delight that you should perish. He calling you to repentance though. Right? Let's back up out of here to Ezekiel 18. Ezekiel 18. Let me up at verse 20 first.
Ezekiel 18 and 20.
You gotta recognize what kind of God we dealing with.
Yes, sir. They don't play.
It's the God of the whole world. He don't have time to play with man.
Right.
Man, too reckless and too out of bounds,
Right.
too disrespectful for him to be playing with us.
Yeah.
Verse 20, go ahead.
The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
That's the truth.
The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son.
And it's good, it's like that.
Yes, sir.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him,
Mm-hmm.
and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
That's right.
But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed, and keep all thy statutes, and do that which is lawful
Look what
and
he
right,
said. Yes, sir.
he shall surely live, and he shall not die.
You see who's gonna live and not die? If you
Right.
wicked and you turn, you consider,
Yeah.
you repent and you turn from all your wickedness and start doing that what's right
Mhm.
and lawful, he said you will surely live.
Right.
Go ahead.
22. All his transgressions that he had committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him.
Look at that. That's good.
Yes, sir.
All the transgressions you commit, say he ain't gonna even mention them. Go
Right.
ahead.
In his righteousness that he have done, he shall live. 23.
Yes.
Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die? Saith Yahuwah Elohim.
Is that pleasurable to him?
Nah.
He don't have no pleasure in the wicked dying.
Right.
Even still, he knows some people ain't gonna turn.
Right.
So he still got to bring forth his judgment. He said, do I have any pleasure that the wicked should die?
And not that he should return from his ways and live.
Mm-hmm.
But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and he doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die.
That's right. God is fair. Ain't no one saved, always saved.
Right.
He don't
Right.
have no pleasure in killing the wicked, but he lets
Right.
you know I'm still not gonna pardon you for your sin.
Right.
You got to turn from that,
Right.
and that's what man don't want to do, because man is in love with wickedness.
Right.
Wow.
Man is in love with evil, so they don't want to turn. But the Lord has always given you the choice. He ain't making nobody serve you.
Right.
He created man a certain way, but he gave you a choice always.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 30:19. You should want to serve him once you find out how good he is. He shouldn't have to make you twist your
Right.
arm. What's the point of him twisting your arm to make it? Verse 15.
Deuteronomy 30 and verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil,
Mm-hmm.
and that I command thee this day to love Yahuwah thy Elohim, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And Yahuwah thy Elohim shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
People don't believe it. Everybody want to get a blessing their own way.
That's
People
it,
want to get a
right.
blessing without keeping
That's
the
right.
laws and statutes and commandments
Right.
of God.
Right.
He said you will live though. He said, go ahead.
17. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day
What?
that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither thou goest over the Jordan to possess it.
Yes.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death,
Mm-hmm.
blessing and curse.
It's the same thing he did with Adam.
Yeah, it did.
He gave him a choice.
Yeah.
He gave him a commandment. He told him what's going to happen if you break it.
Mhm.
Now you make the choice.
Right,
You make it. He said before Adam, life and death,
right.
good and evil, blessing and cursing. The same thing. Free will. Go ahead and choose.
Mhm.
Go ahead and choose. Go ahead.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Look at that. Think about more than you.
Man.
You gotta make the change for your lineage.
Right.
If you don't
Hallelujah.
want to change, at least introduce them to the truth.
Right.
Let them be able to see the truth and then God make their own decision.
Right,
Yes.
All right, now we ain't talking about this fairy tale God.
Right.
right.
Huh? We ain't talking about the one that you worship Santa Claus and Cupid and
Right.
the Easter Bunny and still come and worship and serve. No. We ain't talking about that God let you have other gods.
Exactly.
Right.
This one out of the Bible is jealous.
Right.
You ain't having nothing.
Right.
Let me just ask something. What did the Easter Bunny do for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You've been up believing in him all your life.
Mhm.
And I know you've been believing in him because you've been celebrating Easter. Huh? You can't say you ain't believing in the Easter Bunny and you've been celebrating Easter. It don't work like that. That's not how it works. Right? You believe in Santa Claus. When did Santa Claus really give you something?
Never. Not
Why you still believing in him? You 56 years old. What are you talking about? What are you doing? You still hiding presents.
Right.
Like, huh?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Man play too much. But you see what happened? You got an adversary to do anything he can to shift your belief from the Lord.
Right.
Mhm.
He rather you believe in nothingness.
Right.
Hmm?
Mhm.
You believe a man a big old man. He slide down chimneys and it ain't no chimney.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he don't.
Then what if the
Huh?
chimney on fire?
Yeah, it slide down anyway. Ain't gonna hurt me.
Them people don't, that type of Santa don't come to the hood.
Exactly.
No.
He sent his other help.
Yeah.
Little help.
That south side is too
What
much.
man can ride on a reindeer?
Right.
8 of them.
Right.
They flying. Man, this is
I don't know
ridiculous.
why FedEx can't get packages on time during the holidays.
And they got FedEx, UPS.
Right.
And he's just one man. He go everywhere
Man.
in 24 hours. He got a list. He know every man. This is dumb.
Man.
I'm just saying, it's just dumb. They just call it what it is. It is. Stop putting God's name on that.
Amen.
That ain't how he is.
Mhm.
That's the devil.
Right.
Dragon. Go ahead.
20.
Mm-hmm.
That thou mayest love Yahuwah thy Elohim.
So let me ask you something. If you believe in Christmas and Easter and these other guys, how you gonna love them other guys and love God with all your heart, mind, and soul?
Okay.
I just done drove a wedge between you and God.
Mhm.
If I'm saved, that's all I need to do. See, I got a lot of machinations. I got a lot of cunningly devised devices.
Right.
I know you ain't gonna serve me because I say I'm saved. But if I make it nice and pretty,
Right.
you know, if I soup it up a little bit, if I put a nice little story, if I make it fun,
Right.
that's the key. I got you. If I make it fun, I got you. Verse
20.
20, yes, sir.
That thou mayest love Yahuwah thy Elohim, and that thou mayest obey his voice,
Mhm.
and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life,
Look at that.
and the length of thy days.
Cleaving to the Lord, that's your life.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you're not cleaving to God? That means you reside in death.
Right. And days shortened.
Your days shorter. You alive, but you really, it's like you dead to the Lord.
Walking dead, yeah.
Yeah, you're like a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I gotta do is get you to believe in other things.
Right.
Go ahead.
That thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahuwah sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob, to give them.
So he give man free choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
He give you, and he gave you a mind to where you're supposed to be able to rationalize what's good and what's bad.
Right.
A man ain't thinking.
Right.
We just, only thing we want to do is disprove God and everything about him. That's our aim and our mission, but he didn't create you like that. Let's see how he made man. Genesis 1. So he gave you free will. But he created you a certain way. You should be able to make an informed decision. For the better of you and your seed. Verse 26. Go ahead.
Genesis 1:26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Now remember, we in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What he's doing is he's creating man and bringing it back. So he created man a certain way.
Right.
Listen how he created him. After his image and in his likeness. And you know what he is? He holy.
Right.
He righteous.
Right.
He has wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He is right.
He light.
Mm-hmm.
He make informed decisions to better everybody.
Right.
And he made man just like him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
And he gave him power. He's all power.
Right.
And he gave man power to rule in his realm.
That's right.
And man, I took that. First you surrendered the power.
Yeah.
First you surrendered it. And now you try to make yourself God. Everything evolves around you. See, but in the Hebrew created culture, God was supposed to be the center of life, and everything else revolved around him. But over here in the West, man is God,
Right.
and everything else revolves around man.
Right.
Even when you can hear it in the worship songs, you hear very few worship songs worshiping God or Yah for who He is.
Right.
What you hear in the worship songs is, "What can He do for me?"
Right.
Or "How far have you brought me from?"
Right.
Or "How you blessed me?"
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Or that's it. But because of who you are, you don't hear that stuff. Even
Right.
in the Hebraic culture now, it's the same thing.
Right.
I keep this, I do that. You what? You heard the name. Now the Hebrews slanging out the name. Well, in they song, they still telling you what they do.
Right.
Subtlety.
26.
Yeah, 26. Go ahead.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea,
Mm-hmm.
and over the fowl of the air,
Yes.
and over the cattle,
And
and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
mm-hmm.
So Yah created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him.
All
Male,
Go ahead.
male and female created he them.
Look at that. His creation
Yes, sir.
is after him.
Mhm.
Supposed to be in his likeness.
Yes, sir.
But the creation that turned sour.
That's right.
To the point where you asking the question. I ain't gonna say. You asking uninformed questions.
Mhm.
Talking about if God is real. If He exists.
Right.
Not even looking at the proof or thinking about the proof. Not even realize that you made in His image.
Mhm.
He gave you power, rationale.
Right.
We ain't using none of that. You know why? We letting somebody else think for us.
Yep.
Right.
Just like Satan did with Eve.
The world is letting Satan think for them.
Mhm.
What you know? I ain't Satan ain't never thought for me. That's your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because we always talking, but we never want to prove stuff.
Right.
Right? Like I said, the world is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked rule.
Yep.
If the wicked rule, they're gonna do things so the people can be wicked.
Right.
So if I own all of the airways, that's what I'm gonna push. Wickedness.
Wicked system.
I'm gonna push sin. I already hate you. And I want you to think just like me.
Right.
God gave us a dietary law. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna advertise sin. I'm gonna make sin known.
Nice butter shrimp.
Yeah, I'm gonna advertise shrimp and crab and lot. I'm gonna advertise sweet and spicy burger.
Maple
Here-
syrup.
here-
Bacon.
Yeah, bacon on everything. Bacon ice cream.
Man.
Right.
All right, let's just keep it real.
Right.
Bacon everything. So the point is, it ain't even about bacon. It's about the Lord said you don't eat that.
Right.
But I'm gonna make it natural for you.
Right.
Everybody else doing it.
Right.
Right.
That's your mouth.
Right.
It ain't. I only eat a little bit. I barely.
Yeah.
I don't eat every now and then. You still eat it. You still don't see a
Right.
problem with it
Right.
because Satan is thinking for you.
Right.
Ooh, that's good, Pastor.
That's what's happening.
Yep.
You got control of your mind.
That's
So
good.
somewhere you surrendered. Going after following God. Go ahead.
28. And Yah blessed them, and Yah said unto them.
So look, not only did He create man after His own image, He blessed him. And what did He say?
Be fruitful and multiply.
See, you know how I know we think like Satan? If we don't do this, this is the first thing He say. You know what you do? You multiply, then try to be fruitful.
Right.
But your fruit is spoiled at that point.
Right,
Well.
Now you got too many problems in your life.
Right.
You got a kid with no job. You got a kid with a low paying job.
Well.
You got a kid
Yeah.
with no business and no work and no establishment.
Mhm.
Huh? Then you do it. You don't learn the lesson, you go do it again.
Right. Right.
Come on, man. Think. And then you whining and crying because your whole life is a struggle.
Right.
So now you got a kid, you got a car note, you got rent, you got every type of responsibility with no fruit. You still ain't fruitful.
That's good.
Now you mad at the woman or the man. Now we leaving a broken home, no fruitfulness. Only thing we got, no multiplication. Only thing we got is division.
Right.
Mm.
That's from Satan, and that's what you think like. And that's why you add, well, if God real, why He let this happen to me? What you
Right.
mean? He gave you free will.
Them your words.
That's your action. Yeah, that's the
Reward.
situation that you
So
created.
you get your reward.
Exactly. Get what you deserve.
Mhm.
See, when we see be fruitful and multiply, we think the fruitfulness talking about multiplication. No. How you gonna multiply without any direction? And that's
Right.
what's happening.
Mhm.
So when you multiply without any direction, Satan slide on there, let's go this way. Don't get your hustle on. Kids gotta eat.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Kids gotta eat. Nobody ain't gonna condemn you for that.
Yeah.
Nah. What verse?
28.
I'm supposed to keep going. Go ahead.
Be fruitful and multiply,
Mhm.
and replenish the earth, and
Yes.
subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Mm.
And Elohim said, Behold, I have given
Now,
you.
That's
Now, that's it.
Yeah, let's go to Ecclesiastes 7. So God made man in his image. God blessed him. He created man. Remember, he made all things for himself. If God exists, why is there evil? Because he created it. He said evil ain't gonna even come in the city, and I don't do it.
Right.
Hmm? Cause you know why he bring those things on you? Try to get you to repent
Right.
and turn. These are preventive measures.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that tower of you see them twin towers drop, you suppose, oh,
That's a
I need to
sign.
go repent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a sign.
I need to go.
Yeah.
What did I do to get on God's bad side?
Yeah.
But you know what we do? And that's them.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel bad for them, but
Mhm.
going on to multiply. Go back to multiply. No fruit. He brings tsunamis and hurricanes and tornadoes. You know what you say? Man, that's them.
Yeah.
That ain't me though. All the while in your life, you barely making it.
Mhm.
You got natural disasters too.
Right.
You
Right.
just can't see it because it ain't that extreme.
Yeah.
You barely making rent, but you 40 days late on it. Yo, what are you doing? But you know what you think? This is normal.
Right.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Right.
God ain't never created you to just straight up struggle like that.
Right.
But you done made good situation bad.
Right.
He said, Lord, he said, man, you know, you natural brute beast. He said, you corrupt even the things you do understand you corrupt. Well, the only reason you like that is because you adhere to Satan. He influenced you and you go for it. That's fine. You feeling good? And it's cool until it's payback time. 7:27.
Ecclesiastes 7:27.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, this have I found, said the preacher,
What?
counting one by one to find out the account.
Look at that. This man said, this is what I done discovered. I'm diligent in my search on this thing. Over here, 27.
28 now.
Okay, he said, I've been counting one by one to find out this account.
Mhm.
What you find out?
Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
Remember, we talking about being righteous.
Uh-huh.
Remember, the gate to destruction is broad. Everybody go that way. This man, he testifying to you there right now. He like, man, I've been searching one by one.
It's hard,
I can't find nothing righteous yet.
but it is.
You know, I've been looking. I don't get it. Why? Watch what he gonna say next.
29. Lo, this only have I found.
What?
The Elohim have made man upright.
How
but-
could he not?
Right.
He made man in his image.
Right.
He righteous. He holy. He upright. And
Right.
this is how he made man.
Right.
He said he made man upright, but what's the problem?
But they have sought out many inventions.
Any wicked invention. So you ain't sought after God.
Mhm.
You sought after many wicked inventions.
Wow. That's a good scripture.
You know, Christmas is an invention of man.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
You can eat anything you want as long as you pray. That's an invention of man.
Mhm.
Easter, that's an invention of man.
Mhm.
Cell phone, that's an invention of man. Sports, that's an invention. I'm just telling you, the
Right.
biggest idolatry. I'm just naming the biggest idolatry right now.
Right.
Hmm? Yourself as God, that's an invention of your own mind. You're a man. Hmm? You know what's the problem? He said, man, done sought this stuff out.
Mhm.
Sought it out means you don't put your heart into it. This is what you put all your energy into.
Searching for that like gold.
Instead of the Lord.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And you love it. But he made man upright. Man sought out many wicked inventions. But it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Mhm.
Wasn't supposed to be like that. He gave you free will. He told you choose life and live.
Mhm.
Choose life and live. But let's see how he bring. Let's go back a little bit. Psalm 78. Because remember, he told us in Amos. He said, "Can evil come into a city and I haven't done it?" Say Psalms. Psalm 78. We're going to start at verse 41. Let's see how he worked a little bit. As he going to start to tell us about when he destroyed Egypt. And you know why we steady looking for the Lord to appear himself and do this type of stuff. That's why we don't recognize the work of his hands. We looking, yes, in the flesh. That's not what you're going to see. But you will see his work. You will see the results. You there?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Verse 41. Psalm 78 and 41. Hearken to the scripture.
Verse 40.
You can start at 40.
How often did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert?
Talking about the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Only thing they did,
Yeah.
provoke and grieve the Lord. And this is what's going on now.
Yeah.
Only thing we're doing is provoking them and we grieving them. Yes?
Yeah. They turned back and tempted Yah and limited the Holy One of Israel. They remember not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy.
Look at that. Okay, so now, some key stuff we just picked up. What verse you just read?
We just finished 42.
42, he said, they remember not his hand, how he delivered them from the enemy, right from Egypt. He said, which one were limited them? What's
41.
So 41, read that again.
Yeah, they turned back and tempted Yah.
So they turned back, meaning you backslid,
Right.
you turned away from the Lord leading you, you turned away from choosing life and living, you turned away from the blessing.
Right.
That's what you turned away, you turned back.
Mm-hmm.
And you tempted God. Because once you tempt him, once you turn back, you choosing another God
Right.
over him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened?
And
He said, go ahead.
and limited the Holy One of Israel.
How he gonna work in your life?
Right.
You just limited.
Right.
You just limited an all-powerful God.
Mm-hmm.
His power ain't limited. But what he can do in your life, you just limited. You gave your power, your attention to other gods that ain't no God. This was what happened in Egypt. This what happened all throughout history of with his people Israel. This what's happening today. You want God to work in your life, but you done really not turned away. You limited him. You know, when he came, he couldn't even work in his own country hard.
Right.
The people didn't believe. He said
Right.
the only thing he could do was a few little old miracles because they didn't believe. And he had the power to do whatever. Raise the dead, heal the sick. Huh? He had that power. But he couldn't even use it. Because people didn't believe him. And that's the same with it. You don't believe either. And the people that make that statement, God exists. If it's evil why God exists, they don't believe. So God ain't showing up in their life.
Right.
But you just started looking at God from their standpoint. Don't let them influence you and how you view God. And that's what happened. Don't shape them in our image. Go ahead.
43. How he had brought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan,
Mm-hmm.
and had turned their rivers into blood and their floods that they could not drink.
Right, so the guy come down, you know, and they saw, oh, the majesty of God. We saw you done turn the water to blood. Did he do that? Nah. What did he use? He used Moses. And he used something else. Right? So human participation is important to God.
Right.
That's why you got the James was telling us about faith without works.
Yeah.
You gotta do something. You can't you limiting them. You know, you got talking about you got faith, but ain't no action. So he used Moses to deliver the people. He told Moses, all my glory gonna pass before you. I'll be with you. Just go do what I told you. And now we finna learn how he did it behind the scenes. Go ahead.
45.
Mm-hmm.
He sent divers sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs.
You look at this, natural disasters.
Mhm.
Right? What's happening? If the Egyptians were smart, what would they have done?
They would've
Turn, right?
yeah,
Like, man, what's going on? You know, every time y'all come here, Moses, it's something happening. You know, bro, it's dark for 3 days.
Right.
It's so dark you can't see your hand, and you think that's normal. Your water done turned to blood. Not only in the rivers, but in your little pots and out. What?
Right.
Something ain't right. Ain't no red flag going up. Oh well. You know what? That's them. No, that's how we look at it. Preventive measures. He do this thing to try to turn man from their own will. Now some of them Egyptians did believe. Some of them came out with Israel. But not many. That's how the world is. Don't get too mingled up with these people.
Amen.
They'll carry you away.
Right.
Next time you look, you be making foolish statements.
Mhm.
You'll be questioning the Bible. You'll be questioning the existence of God. You be done forgot everything he did for you. Go ahead.
Bottom of 45, which destroyed them. 46, he gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and the labor unto the locust. He
Look at that.
destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost.
Mm.
He gave up their cattle also to hail, and their flocks to hot thunderbolts.
So even they increase. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. This is what you transgress for increase.
Mhm.
You see how he worked?
Yeah.
This is a curse he bringing on there. This is punishment.
Yeah.
These are plagues. Every time you get an increase, what happens?
Lose it.
Is it supposed to be like that?
Nope.
He said he gave it to the locust, to the caterpillar, to the thunderbolts. All right? What verse?
49.
Yes, sir.
He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger,
Mhm.
wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them.
You see what he did?
He sent the evil angels.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Remember he said, shall evil happen in the city and the Lord hadn't done
Right,
it? He showed him. He tore down Egypt.
right.
Plague after plague after plague.
Right.
He killed them slowly.
Mhm.
He could have did it all in one. Why?
Right,
Why would I do this? Is more fun.
right.
I'm torturing you.
Mhm.
Just like you aggravated me, I'm doing the same thing to you. And he cast upon them the fierceness of his anger,
Mhm.
wrath and indignation by what? Sending evil angels among them.
Right.
Go ahead.
50. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence.
You see that? That was the straw that broke the camel back right there. And he started to kill all of the firstborn that didn't believe. He didn't let them make it. He told them, put this blood on your doorpost. If you don't, when I send that destroying angel in, he gonna slay all the firstborn. So the Lord ain't playing. And what happened? Go ahead.
51. And smote all the firstborn in Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham.
But what about his people?
But made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock.
You want to get on the right side of this
Yeah.
thing. He ain't never changed. He the same. He great and terrible God. Satan worked for him. We're going to see it. Well, let's see. Go back to Deuteronomy 10. Pick me up at verse 17. He's just going to tell you that he is a great and terrible God. He's going to show you. When it's time for punishment, he's not going to let you make it. He's been letting you make it. He's been sending sign and preventing measures amongst you. You didn't recognize it. You didn't turn. You kept getting worse. So when payback time comes, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get what your hands work. So the evil that you stirred up, you deserve it. It ain't like he just bring evil for no reason. He have to create evil as a punishment for man. Man is bad. Man is terrible. Man disrespectful to God. Man don't believe. So he create evil. He healed. Once he take hold on judgment, ain't nobody stop him. Verse 17.
For Yahuwah your Elohim is El of Elohim, or God of gods, and Yahuwah or Adonai of Adonai.
You see what he is?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back. I don't know.
17.
He said, for the Lord your God is who? God of gods.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate power. What else is he?
And Lord of lords, a great Elohim,
A great Elohim.
a mighty and a terrible.
A what?
A mighty and a terrible.
Mighty is synonymous with power.
Mm-hmm.
Strong.
Mm-hmm. And the terrible.
And a who?
A terrible.
A sweet.
A terrible.
A terrible. People don't know God like this, do they?
Nah.
But he wants you to know.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't be disrespectful.
Right.
A mighty and a terrible. Go ahead.
Which regarded not persons.
And he's not a respected person. This means there's no brownie point building up with.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your righteousness, once you commit evil, is
Yeah.
going to be forgotten. He told us that.
Out of there.
Ain't no, oh yeah, I remember what you did yesterday for me. I got you. I'm going to give you a pass. No. Punish.
That's how I know you knew better.
Yep. You out of it. Go ahead.
Nor taketh reward.
You can't bribe God. Lord, please, if you don't do this, if you don't punish me this time, I'll bless you. No.
I gave 20% of the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Now ain't none of that work. You can keep it, but it's not gonna help you get out of this judgment. Go ahead.
18. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and the widow, and loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment.
You know, Israel is in a sad condition. If it weren't for that, he would have never brought you out of Egypt. He was a stranger in Egypt. That's sad. Now Israel got to the point where they hate strangers.
Right.
That's not God. That's not godly.
Right.
He said you're supposed to know the heart of a stranger. Read the next verse.
19.
Yeah.
Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
That's Israel. Forgot where you came from.
What you been through.
Yeah, what you been through. Yep. Go to Nehemiah 1, verse 5. He gonna say it again. The great and terrible God. He not a respecter of person. If you deserve punishment, that's what you're gonna get. If you deserve a righteous reward, that's what you're gonna receive. A righteous reward. Blessing and cursing. If you deserve blessing, you're gonna get blessing. If you deserve curse, you're gonna get cursing. It's on you. You there? Go ahead. Verse 5, yes.
Nehemiah 1 and 5
Mhm.
reads, and said, I beseech thee, O Yahuwah Elohim of heaven,
Yes.
the great and terrible
He
Elohim.
said you the great and is that what Deuteronomy just said?
Yes, sir.
The great and the terrible,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
He said you don't regard me in person. He said I'm begging you.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
That keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
No, you keep covenant and mercy for everybody in the world.
For them that love him and observe his commandments.
This is why it's important for you to come under that covenant. Because he keep covenant and mercy with who?
For them that love him and observe his commandments.
That's right, that's what he give his mercy to. But the world, we too busy. We don't fear God,
Right.
but we fear Satan.
Right.
But the Lord is in control of Satan. Satan can't bust a grape unless the Lord allows.
Right.
When he came in the flesh, those demons, right? Pull it down a little bit more and laughing at your legs. When he came in the flesh, he came in contact with some demons, right? What happened? They was fearing, they trembled, they shook. You know what they said? Don't torment us before the time. They said, will you allow us to go cast ourselves into the swine? They asking for permission. All right?
Right.
Say he got the power. That's what he telling you. And man running around fearing God. But Satan worked for God. Let's see what I'm talking about. 2 Samuel 24:1. 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel.
So not Nehemiah.
Yeah, we don't do it. 2 Samuel. Evil don't deny God's existence. He said he created it. He said don't nothing happen. Evil don't even come in the city if he don't bring it. He wants you to know he all powerful. And the one that we giving all the power to, which is Satan, he can't do nothing without the Lord. The Most High God. You know? 2 Samuel 24 and 1. Go ahead.
2 Samuel 24:1. And again, the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people.
Yeah, okay, so the Lord is angry with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Israel constantly provoking and transgressing. Right, so he fed up. He needs to do something to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? He moved David. He said what? He moved David against them and say, go with number.
Right.
Israel. Go ahead.
3. And Joab said unto the king,
What did he say?
now Yahuwah thy Elohim add unto the people, how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my lord the king may see it.
So what he's saying is, don't, King, look, listen, this ain't a good thing you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about how many people it is. The Most High Yah add, he give the increase of the people.
Right.
Just let him do his thing, stay out the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he advising the king. But what happened?
But why does my lord the king delight in this thing?
He said, why do you delight in this thing? We're going to find out why. Go ahead.
4. Notwithstanding the king's word prevailed against Joab,
Mm-hmm.
and against the captains of the host.
So he disregarded their counsel, in other words. Go ahead.
And Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel.
So they followed their advice. They went out and they numbered them anyway. Go ahead.
They passed over Jordan and pitched in Aroer,
Mm-hmm.
on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river Gad, and toward Jazer. Then they came to Gilead, and to the land of Tathim Hashai.
Mm-hmm.
And they came to Danjan, and about Zidon, and came to the stronghold of Tyre, and to all the cities of the Hivites and the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba.
Go down to verse 9. Go ahead.
And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men.
Mm-hmm.
And David's heart smote him after he had numbered the people.
David's heart smote him. His mind.
Right.
His conscience.
Prickly.
Bearing him witness. Yeah, right? His conscience made him feel guilty. He pricked him. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Right.
But now he just now realizing what he done. Go ahead.
And David said unto Yahuwah, I have sinned greatly. I beseech thee, O Yahuwah, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly.
All right, now he started to realize it, right? I should have never did that. Go ahead.
For when David was up in the morning, the word of Yahuwah came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, go and say unto David, thus saith Yahuwah, I offer thee 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee.
Look, you hear what he said?
You get the pick.
This is what the Lord is saying. He said, I'm offering you 3 solutions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering you 3 solutions.
Right.
You pick, you choose whichever one you see fit.
Right.
All right? But remember, verse 24 and 1, chapter 24, verse 1, I was saying, God is angry with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
His anger is kindled against. So this is what happened. Go ahead.
13. So Gad came to David and told him and said to him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land?
That's one thing he could pick. 7 years of famine.
Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies while they pursue thee?
That's another thing. You could flee, be chased down by your enemies for 3 months while they pursue you. Go ahead.
Or that there be in 3 days pestilence in thy land?
Mm-hmm.
Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me.
Right. Now, let's see which one he chooses, right? Go ahead.
14. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of Yahuwah.
David like, man, this is a no-win situation. This is a catch-22.
Right.
Right? Ain't no way out. Right? So he said, I'm in a great strait. You know what? Best thing I can do in this situation, let us fall into the hand of the Lord. Go ahead.
For his mercies are great.
Now his mercies are great. So we're going to see the Lord's mercy. While everybody running around playing and laughing with God,
Right.
or at God, he ain't playing and laughing. And stuff happening that people don't realize. He killed somebody, you know what happened? They say, oh, it come in threes. The excuses. Man make the excuses. When do it come in threes? How do we even get to that point?
Right.
It don't come in no threes. Get out of here with this foolish stuff. That's an excuse. What happened is you don't want to recognize God's hand at work. That's what happened. I don't want to realize that. But we're finna see God's mercy. Go ahead.
Number 14. And let me not fall into the hand of a man.
Come on.
So Yahuwah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed.
Who sent the pestilence?
Yahuwah.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see how it looks behind the scenes once again. Go ahead.
And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men.
No, we said we wanted to see the mercy of God.
70,000 men.
You got to remember what his title is. The great and terrible God.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how many times you done messed up your blessing by playing around with God. You don't know. You don't know how many times he done showed his mercy upon you. You're still playing. You still think when he punished, oh, it ain't gonna be that bad. I'm me, you know.
Mm.
That's how man think. I'm a Christian. Oh, it's not gonna be that bad for me. I've been serving God all my life.
I fed the homeless last month.
Exactly. You know, once man turned from his righteousness and started to commit wickedness, you done stepped in the place of a wicked person. Ain't no brownie, ain't no build up. Right? That's what we're relying on. And that's why we say, saved by grace, as an excuse to commit sin. It's the truth, you saved by grace. But how you use it, how you saying it is saved by grace, so I really can keep on committing a little sin.
Right.
70 times 7. All I gotta do is ask for no. You have to turn from those sins. You can't keep committing sin, asking for forgiveness, commit a sin, asking for forgiveness, commit a sin. You calling on his name in vain, ain't nothing shaking.
Right.
Ain't nothing happening. Ain't no forgiveness happening. Ain't no forgiveness till you turn from that stuff.
Right.
Why would I forgive you for something you're gonna go right back and do?
Right.
You haven't repented. Your heart is not sorrowful. You don't really care.
When you breaking the commandments, show that you hate me.
Exactly. You know what? You become my adversary and my enemy.
Yeah.
And I got to deal with you accordingly, right? Go ahead.
16. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yahuwah repented him of the evil and said unto the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough.
You see that? He giving down, the angel, right, brought the pestilence, brought the destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And he told the angel, that's good.
After 70,000.
After 70,000 men are killed, he said, that's enough. Stop it. Okay, what happened? Did the angel keep going? Skip that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's see what he said. What happened?
It is enough. Stay now thine hand. And the angel of Yahuwah was by the threshing place of Aronah the Jebusite.
So he didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm. And
David
David
tell him to stop, he stopped.
Yep.
Right? That's it, the angel. Let's see the same account. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 21. Remember, 2 Samuel 24:1 says, the anger of the Lord, or the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Israel. And he moved David against them to say, go number the people. You finna read that same situation. Verse 1. Go ahead.
1 Chronicles 21:1.
Yes, sir.
And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel.
I thought he said in the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel and moved David to number Israel. What you witnessing is Satan do what the Lord tells him.
Right.
He works for God. When the Lord want to bring evil on a city, what he gonna do? Use them evil angels.
That's right.
That's like he did in times past. That's what he used Satan. He get mad at you. Guess who coming your way?
Satan.
Man. And you saw how he get down. Go ahead.
2. And David said to Joab and the rulers of the people, Go, number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, that I may know it.
Jump down to verse 8. We know how his thing went. Go down to verse 8.
And David said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away with thy iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly.
That's right. He said, do away with that. I've done foolish. He realized that. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, I offer 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it
Yes,
unto
sir.
thee.
Go ahead.
So Gad came to David and said unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah, choose thee, either 3 years of famine, or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes, while that the sword of thine enemies overtake thee, or else 3 days of the sword of Yahuwah, even the pestilence in the land.
So you see, this still the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is an evil situation. True enough.
Yes, sir.
Who did it? God.
Mm-hmm.
So evil doesn't deny his existence. Once again, he directing the situation. I create evil. He said, I heal. I create life. I kill. All right, we just don't know this God. The world just don't know. We just haven't been introduced properly to this God. And that's why we form him in our own image and in our own color, in our likeness. All right? That's why we put God how we think he should be, not how he is. And the Bible tells us clearly how he is. And we just need to get on his page. And you got to know, for that, people going to hate you. It's cool. But what you need to realize, it's better the people hate you than the Lord hates you.
That's right.
Amen.
That's what you need to realize. So evil don't deny God's existence. You just got to choose what side you want to be on.
Right.
The creation prove his existence. You, the handiworks in the heavens, right? You being able to think and make decisions, use wisdom, intellect. Like, this stuff ain't an accident or a coincidence. This stuff didn't just pop up and all of a sudden it was in order. A creator did this. You were part of a creation. You gotta learn your role in it so that you don't offend
Right.
the creator.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Middle of 12.
Yes, sir.
And the angel of Yahuwah destroying throughout all the coast of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait.
Exactly.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
fall now into the hand of Yahuwah.
Yes.
For very great are his mercies,
Mm-hmm.
but let them not fall into the hand, let me not fall into the hand of man.
That's right.
So Yahuwah sent pestilence upon Israel.
So who did he send to do this pestilence, to do this killing? Who did he send?
The angel.
The angel, which is who? Satan. Satan worked for the Lord. Verse 1 tell you he sent Satan. And when he told Satan to stop killing,
Stop.
after you done killed 70 days, say don't kill no more. Did Satan kill some more?
Nah.
Bet not. Alright? I dare you. Go ahead.
So Yahuwah sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And Elohim sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it.
So who did he send?
The angel.
Exactly. Satan, the destroying angel.
And
Go
he
ahead.
was destroying. Yahuwah beheld, and he repented him of the evil. and said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough.
It's enough.
Stay now thine hand.
So you see the evil came in the city, and you see who brought it.
Right.
All right. He said, it's enough. Go stay thy hand. Go ahead.
And the angel of Yahuwah stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite.
He ain't killed no more.
Right.
Nothing else. All right. God is a great and terrible God, but the world hate him, and that's why they come up with these type of questions. If it's evil, how do God really exist? But you just got to know as a believer yourself that they're going to hate you. And don't be marveled. All right? Let's go to John real quick, 16.
Look like Satan obey more than humans do.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's scary, though. James, what James was talking about, he said, that basically he was telling us that really the demons, they got one up on us.
They fear and tremble.
He said, because they fear God. They believe in God and they fear him.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you just believe in God. You don't fear him.
Wow.
They got one up on us. So that's scary. We got to get our stuff together real quick. Verse 31. This is, let me see if I wrote down right. Yeah. Start at 29.
16 to 29.
Mm-hmm.
John 16, verse 29 reads, His disciples said unto him, Lo, now speakest thou plainly, and speakest no proverb. Now are we sure that thou knowest all things, and it is not that any man should ask thee. By this we believe that thou camest forth from Yah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua answered them, Do ye now believe?
Right.
Behold, the hour cometh, is now come, that ye shall be scattered.
So he letting them know. It's basically tribulation. It's going to come a time when tribulation is going to come. He
Right.
said, you finna be scattered. Talking to his apostles, in which he was telling them what Jerusalem going to be taken down. But what he going to need us to know is in verse 33. We're going to read it. Go ahead.
Every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace.
Right. So he tells them, basically, well, I got ahead of myself. He said, the hours come when you going to be scattered.
Mhm.
Basically, he's saying they're going to smite me, the shepherd, and the sheep going to be scattered.
Right.
He said, because you going to be offended in me. You saying you Father, but you're going to be offended. He said, you're going to leave me alone. He said, but in reality, I ain't alone because the Father is with me.
Right.
And he said, these things I have spoken unto you that you might have peace. So I'm letting you know what's going to happen before it happens so you can have peace. All right, so you don't give up the faith. And right, that's how he called it in from the beginning, so that we can believe. We can believe he exists. We can believe he real. Right? So that people don't shake your foundation.
Right.
Because there's a lot of stuff out here that
Yeah,
can
it
shake
is.
your foundation.
Yep. It's always something.
Right, so that's why he lets you know the end from the beginning. That's why he give you all this proof. Because tribulation and trouble, all that stuff is going to come. People more wiser than you, they're going to come. People more eloquent, they're going to come. And their whole goal and agenda is to get you to move to a point where you don't believe.
Lead the God path.
Yep. What do this verse say?
Middle 33.
Yes, sir.
I'll start at the top again. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace.
See, in me. He's supposed to be the rock. The rock is the foundation.
Right.
If you have problems, you start at the foundation. Your help. All right, go ahead.
In the world ye shall have tribulation.
In the world, we shall have what?
Tribulation.
There's trouble.
Yep.
It's evil. So he ain't never told you was going to go without.
Right.
He ain't never told you evil wasn't going to come your way. Problems wasn't going to rise. But what he did tell you, let us know is that don't deny my existence.
Right.
Evil don't deny my existence. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But be of good cheer.
Uh-huh.
I have overcome the world.
Exactly. He said, be of good cheer. I've overcome. We're back up to the 15th chapter of John. Some things you're gonna have to go through. You wanna hang on to your belief, there's some things you're gonna have to endure. Some things you're gonna have to go through and overcome. John 15, verse 17. Go ahead.
These things I command you, that ye love one another.
Look, this for you.
If the
Hardest
world,
thing for you to do, ain't it? Love one another.
yeah.
Verse 16, what did he say?
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
You need to know that. That's why you're here in this little bitty room with a minute few. That's why the world is out doing whatever they want to do, partying and laughing at you and mocking you and your God and saying he don't exist so you can come on out here with us and start polluting. He said, you ain't chose me. I know you thought you chose God. It's a high calling. He said, I chose you. Go ahead.
And ordained you
What?
that ye should go and bring forth fruit.
So listen, I can't bring forth your fruit. He chose and ordained me to bring forth my fruit. He chose you and ordained you to bring forth your fruit.
That's good.
And I can't do your job and you can't do mine.
Amen.
Right.
That's
Mhm.
good.
So you can't just get this truth and sit down on it. You got work to do. Right? People count on you.
Yeah.
Somebody count on you right now. You holding up their blessing.
Mhm.
They need you and you sitting around playing.
Right.
Playing with questions like, do God exist? He exists. Well, we ain't never seen him. Well, how many of y'all seen y'all brain? I just want to know. Who seen their guts, what they look like? How many of y'all seen y'all heart? You know how I know y'all ain't seen y'all heart? You still drawing it like in the Valentine shape.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Stop it, y'all. That ain't what your heart really look like. Cut it out. Go ahead.
And that your fruit should remain.
But you believe those things exist and you never seen them and you carrying them around. That's God's wisdom. That's knowledge. Who can do that but God? He said, you ain't chose me, I chose you that you should bring forth fruit. And when you bring forth fruit, that your fruit shall remain. Go ahead.
That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Yes, sir.
These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
So if the world hate the Most High Yah, the world hate the Lord, why, and his son, why would they say he exists? Why wouldn't they find every reason to deny his existence? And all of that trying, you know what he still say, the truth endures to all generations. They struggling. All they cover up, all that stuff coming to light now. They struggling. So, but you need to know this, so you don't, your foundation don't be shaken.
Right.
If the world hated me, it hated me before it hated you. Go ahead.
If you were of this world, the world would love his own.
That's right.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
See how many of y'all seen him? How many of y'all saw him choose you? You didn't see him choose you, did you?
Nah.
You ain't, and you still fighting. You ain't know he chose you to come up out of that what you was in. Stop fighting. Stop leaning on your honest. Let him have his way. He choosing you so you can help somebody else. But you in the way. You still waiting on them to come to you. Brother Mark, I'm waiting on you. I have now selected you like I did Saul of Tarsus. Right, that's what you waiting on. Now I must blind you with the light. Right, no, he's not doing that. Right, he's choosing. Right?
Therefore the world hateth you.
That's why the world hates you. You know, when you try to witness about, oh, you ain't got to do all that. The Lord know our heart. Yeah, he know your heart wicked. He know that. Go ahead.
20.
He know the world ain't finna keep no Sabbaths. They gonna change it. Christian Sabbath is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Christ died.
Yeah.
Christ died. See, you don't have no love. We're covered by the blood.
Right.
The grace. Shalom, buck. What are you doing? Get out of here. All right? So everything is a show, is what I'm saying. Everybody's ignorant of what God wants and what He requires, so we put on a show and we tell somebody else this is what God requires and He wants, and He don't want that at all. Right? Go ahead.
20. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord.
All right.
If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
So He letting you know that, so you don't become discouraged in this walk. It's a little tough. So you don't think, man, He done left me. He don't exist. No, He does. He just let you know how the stuff was gonna be. Choose. He gave you that free will. Go ahead.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
That's right.
But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin.
Yep.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
No covering for their sin. Everybody gonna be without excuse. You gotta get this thing right yourself. Go ahead.
He that hated me hated the Father also.
You see that? The world hate Him. So of course, their main objective is to deny.
Right.
Deny that He's real. Deny everything about the Son coming, even in the flesh. Deny everything about His people. Deny. They come up with different cloaks. You even try to change it. He said He made man in His image. You know what the word tell you? Oh yes, man came from monkeys. We know this evolution. You know, cavemen. You know, they evolved from monkeys to cavemen to standing upright. Right? They teach this to your children. They have no problem teaching this. They don't have no problem blaspheming.
Yeah.
So if man came from monkeys, just show me the first monkey man. I just need to see just Captain Caveman or something. I need to see it, the first monkey man. I need to see what he looked like. Because monkeys still around and men still around.
Right.
And monkeys still having gorillas and chimpanzees and monkeys.
Right.
And man still having man.
What happened to the middle part?
Exactly.
got
What you
monkey
call
man.
that? Mystery man. Mystery man. Gorilla man. Superhero. Go ahead. You finished that verse 21? Okay, let's go 2 Peter. 2 Timothy. We're about to close. I know I done kept on you, man. 2 Timothy. Point is, man be lying. Remember, he said, let every man be a liar and God be true. 2 Timothy 3. So you're going to go through something. But you got to hold on anyway. Don't let nobody shake your faith in your belief in God. Verse 12, go ahead.
Verse 12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yea, and all that will live godly in Yeshua HaMashiach or Jesus Christ shall suffer persecution.
You hear that? You want to live godly? You got to know it's going to come. Persecution.
Right.
That's so you can prepare yourself.
Right.
So you don't give up.
Carry your cross.
Exactly. So you can carry your own cross. Go ahead.
But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse.
Do you see that?
Yes.
This is how we get that question on the screen.
Yeah.
If God exists, how is God existing in so much evil? Because we got seducers. You know what he said they're going to do? Wax. They're going to get a little bit better.
Right. Worse and worse.
Exactly. They're going to come up with more schemes and dreams.
Yeah.
And more schemes and dreams. But the truth going to tear down our lives.
Right.
Go ahead.
Deceiving and being deceived.
And this is the side you don't want to get caught on. You don't want to get caught on the side of deception. Deceiving and being deceived. Go ahead.
But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of.
Look at that. What we learned today. God created evil.
Right.
Evil don't even happen unless he brings it. He kill. He make alive. He wound and he heal. He all powerful, great and terrible. All right? Continue in the things you learn. Being assured of who you learned them of. Go ahead.
Knowing of whom thou hast learned them. And
Yes.
that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yeshua HaMashiach.
And you got to keep that faith to the end. Don't let this world shake your faith. Once your faith go, that's it. That's it. Matthew 13. Matthew 13. He said we've been going too long. Yeah, he been Matthew 13, we're going to start at verse 21. Matthew 13 and 21. Yeah, that's it. Matthew 13. No, we're going to skip some of that. We're going to drop down to verse 24. Verse 24. Matthew 13 and 24. Matthew 13, verse 24. Go ahead.
And another parable put forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field.
Yes.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way.
So you got an enemy,
That's true.
right? While men slept, while you slept, you played around, you did whatever you unaware of, right? The enemy came. Remember, God made man upright. But while men slept, the enemy came. God made man weak, in other words. But an enemy went behind the Lord and made tares out of the wheat. Right? And tares and wheat, they look exactly alike. Only way you tell them apart is at the harvest. Right? When it's time to reap. So watch what he's going to say. We at Matthew 24.
26.
Yep.
But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir,
What?
is not thou sow good seed in thy field?
That's right. Did you make man upright? Did you make man in your image?
Right.
Then you give him good word and good counsel? Yeah. But what happened?
From whence then hath it tares?
How did man get so evil?
Right.
Where these wicked ones come from? Go ahead.
He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Without then that we go and gather them up?
But sir, they like, you want us to go get the wicked ones out of there?
Right.
Right? Because remember, it's good vessels and it's evil vessels in this house. And we all growing together. So don't let them evil ones influence you or change your belief or your outlook on the Most High. And that's why we're going over this. Go ahead.
But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
That's right. Now let's let them grow together, because once you start gathering up them tares, I know you be on a mission.
Right,
You
right.
fool around and grab up everything.
Right.
You just start killing and willing. Go ahead.
They both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers,
What you gonna say?
Gather ye together first the tares,
And
and bind them in bundles to burn them.
get them out of here.
But
Bind
gather,
them up. Yes.
but gather the wheat into my barn.
But gather the wheat to my bone. So the wheat is saved. You want to be that wheat. And the tares, they got a job. And their job is to influence you. You believe. Their job is to remove your belief. Their job is to get you on that wide path with them. Their job is to get you to deny God. Deny even his very existence. That's what they do. And that's what you can't afford. Right? So let's go to 2 Timothy 2. Verse 1. We're finna go. 2 Timothy. Two and one. Go ahead.
Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yeshua HaMashiach.
Yes.
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
You see that? This is how we keep this thing rolling. Each one teach one.
Each one.
Faith, you gotta have faithful men in order for the business to keep going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's how it is. Be strong in the grace that God has given us,
Mhm.
which is in Christ Jesus. He said that even the things you heard, he said you display them among many witnesses.
Mhm.
Right, commit them to faithful men as well. Go ahead.
Who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yeshua
All
HaMashiach.
right, do hardness meaning do hardships.
Right. Carry their cross.
Mean it's gonna come,
Mhm.
trouble, tribulation, it's gonna come. It's gonna knock at the door, but you gotta endure. That's why he told you a wise man build his house not on the sand,
This cornerstone.
but on the rock.
Mhm.
So we can't listen to what these people saying, point blank period. Said all that to say that.
Right.
They don't believe me, like it's them. Don't let them influence you.
Mhm.
We can't believe. All right, drop down to verse 20 or 19. We'll take 19.
Verse 19
Yes,
reads,
sir.
Nevertheless, the foundation of Yah standeth sure, having the seal.
That's right. Nobody can shake it. His foundation is sure. Right? Can't nobody shake God's foundation.
Mhm.
And nobody really, truthfully, honestly deny his existence.
Mhm.
We can come up with different questions, but if you really want to get the answer, it's there. If you really want the proof, I should say. The proof is in the pudding, ain't that what they say? It's there.
Mhm. Right.
The proof is in the Bible, ain't no what else. The proof is in the world all around you.
Mhm.
He ain't spoken in secret like he told us earlier. Go ahead.
The Adonai, master, knoweth them that are his.
He know the ones that's his. Go ahead, what he do?
And let every one of them nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity.
That's the thing. That's the key. Everybody who named the name of Christ, he said depart from iniquity.
Mhm.
Iniquity is sin. The world is not going to do that. They're in love with it.
Right.
The world is in love with sin.
Mhm.
So they're not going to come to the light. They love the darkness. So the darkness create lies
Mhm.
so that the light don't abound. That's the game. Go ahead.
But in the great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and earth,
That's
and
right.
some to honor
And
and some to dishonor.
that's right. And the Lord, he be enduring those vessels.
Yeah.
He let them talk that talk
Mhm.
because he doing the work
Yeah.
in earth.
Mhm.
Right? He purging. He extracting the wheat from the tares.
Right.
Right? Two more scriptures and we'll finish that. Go ahead.
21.
Mhm.
If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for a master's use,
Mhm.
and prepared unto every good work.
That's right.
Flee also youthful lust,
Yeah.
but follow righteousness,
Yes.
faith, charity, peace, with them that call on Yahuwah out of a pure heart.
That's good. Romans 9. And then we got Revelation 14 and we out. Some of us might say, well, we know, God, really, why he be letting them get away with all this stuff? Why you let them talk? Why you just come down and slam on them, in due time, in due time. Romans 9. Verse 20. Go ahead. Romans 9 and 20. Yes.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against Yah?
That's right. That's what we got. Who are you to
Right.
reply against him? Go
Right.
ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Or in our case, if God is real, why do we have evil? All right? God don't really exist.
Right.
That's always man striving against the maker. Go ahead.
Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
See, God got that power. You
Yeah.
the clay. Remember in the great houses, vessels of honor and vessels of dishonor. The wheat and the tares, they grow together. Some believe, some don't. But no matter what, they don't deny his existence, right? He said, go ahead.
What if Yah, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
So you hear what he said? It's vessels of wrath. They already fitted to destruction.
Mhm.
Based on what they've done, they've already went down that path.
Right.
So they talk reckless. They ask, do we exist? They do all kind of stuff that's contrary.
Right.
And we be like, why he let it go on? Well, listen, he said he endured with much long suffering.
Mhm.
Right? They gonna get theirs. They gonna get theirs. Go ahead.
23. And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy.
Right. So he want to make known the richness of his glory. How? On the vessels of mercy.
Which he had afore prepared unto glory.
That's right.
Even us, whom he had called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
That's right. So he endured the evilness, just like he endured the terrors in order to save the weak.
Right.
He showed forth his power, his glory, his mercy. He showed forth his mercy, right? Because everybody really deserved to be a terror,
That's right.
but he got mercy on some, and he endured all of that, all that backbiting and all of those grievous behaviors, just to show forth his mercy on the ones that will be willing to believe and do right. So he let them make it for a while, in other words. But they punishment coming.
Mm-hmm.
But he trying to save some. That's why he endured those hardships, to get to the ones that he got, prepared to show his mercy on. All right, so that's don't let nobody shake you. Revelations 14, verse 12. This is it, everything in a nutshell. We replaced the signature from Ecclesiastes 12, 13 to this. Yeah. Because Ecclesiastes was just talking about keeping God's commandments, but it didn't tell us nothing about Christ. This one we're going to get 2 in 1. Verse 12.
Here is the patience of the saints.
Yes.
Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of Yeshua.
That's the patience of the saint.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to call yourself a saint? These are the qualifications. You can't be a saint without keeping the commandments.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a saint keeping the commandments and not have the faith in Christ or Yeshua. You are a saint when you put them both together.
Right.
Have faith in Christ and keep the commandments.
Right.
That's a saint. So I hope we got some understanding. I thank you for your time. In Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen.